Hi guys, my name is Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. Today I have an amazing video for you guys. I am celebrating my first year on YouTube on the 24th of December. It marks my 1-year anniversary here, and to mark the occasion I'll be redrawing my first ever marker drawing. So I'd say without any further ado, let's get on to the video. And what is celebrating an anniversary without singing a birthday song? So I'd say in English and in Dutch, here goes. Wish me luck. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, Harpa Sabrina. Happy birthday to me. En de kop van de kat was jarig en zijn pootjes vierden feest. Het staartje mocht niet meedoen, want het was net ziek geweest. Die kwam net uit het ziekenhuis en had zo'n bijna skill. En al dat dansen en dat springen werd hem veel te veel. Yes, I fully realized that the Dutch one doesn't make sense at all, especially when you read the subtitles. It is very confusing, but it makes more sense in Dutch. It rhymes, and I think it was a lovely one to toss in here. And you know, I'm Dutch myself, so I really wanted to have that one in there too. So to mark this occasion, as I said, I will be redrawing my first ever marker drawing. And oh my goodness, I look back on it and I can't believe how bad the face was and how bad the eyes and just everything about it was not good. I used awful paper. It, in all fairness, was the only paper I had, and you have to start somewhere. When you start your journey with whatever it is, you have to start, and it doesn't matter if that first drawing or that first book you're trying to write or whatever it is you're trying to do, it doesn't matter if the first one's bad. You have to go from some point, and these kind of videos I think are pretty amazing because you can see exactly how far you've come in that 1 year. In this entire year, I have uploaded a video every single week without fail, and some of them might have been iPad videos. I'm aware of this. They did not include any artwork, but most of them included artwork, and it is so amazing to me to see how far I've come, how far my faces and the figures and the detail, especially the detail, that is something that is from the last period that I've put on there, how far everything has come, and I'm so happy with it, and dare I say even proud of myself for doing this. And it's so amazing to see this. I'm so excited. So for this drawing, my first ever marker drawing was a fairy. And at the time I used a reference, and this looks like my original one looks nothing like the reference at all. It was my own interpretation of what I thought at the time was how I should draw it. And no matter how bad it is, I wanted to make that again to make sure that I could see my progress and give her some adjustments. And I'm considering giving her a name as well, and I haven't come up with any nice options. If you know of any name, that would be amazing. Like, this is my first ever character that I've drawn, and naming her would only be right. So if you guys have any suggestions for a name for this little fairy, please leave down below in the comments and I'll go through them and we'll pick from there. That would be absolutely amazing. So really happy with this, and I wanted to stick with the colors of the original drawing as well. So for the original drawing, she has like the blue turquoisey hair and it just looked very patchy, so I wanted to redo that and make it nice. So that's what I tried to do here. I tried to have a shine in it, as I tend to do, and I wanted her to have the same hairstyle as well. So I did not want to change too much of the original drawing. I just wanted to make it look better and how my current style is. So that's what I went for. I went for a number of blue greens, and I tried to mix them together, and I was afraid that the darkest one might be a little too dark for this, but it's not so bad once I try to blend it out. And I think that really helped with everything. I'm still not entirely convinced on how to do the hair, and it bugs me a lot, and I'm not quite sure how to fix that. I might be inspired by someone when I see them do their hair and be like, oh yeah, that might be a really amazing way to do the hair on my characters. But for now, this works. This is okay, and I think it's a little bit better than it was. I think it looks more like strands of hair instead of like shines here and there, and it doesn't really look like strands of hair. And of course, it's like a block. You make a character and it's line art, you have to color it in. That's what you do. But I wanted to make it look nice at least. And as you can see from this drawing, especially when you look back on the older, like the original marker drawing that I've made, you can see that I've added in a lot more detail here as well. I wanted to make her eyebrows a bit thicker. I wanted to have more flowers in there because she didn't really have anything going on in the original drawing. It was quite plain, it was quite boring. It was just the girl with no accessories, nothing at all, just the wings on her and the dress and like half up hair, and that was it. So I really wanted to make sure that I have more detail in this drawing and make it look more appealing, and I think it worked. I was really happy. Even when I had like the face down in the sketch, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm really so happy already with how this turned out, and I'm not even like a quarter way done. So that was very exciting. For the eyes, I wanted to have the same kind of eye color as well. I wasn't sure about the green eyes with like the bluish hair, but I think it worked out in the end. I used a lighter green, it's like a yellow green, and I mixed that in with a normal green like at the top of the eyes there, and I think that actually worked with the hair. It looks nicer than the original marker drawing that I have. And for the details, there's little circles in there, like I wanted them to look like berries or things like that, and I used the silver pen. I have a silver Posca pen for that, and I used a yellow marker for that. So I wanted to have them in two different colors, so the silver and the yellow. And I don't really see the silver when you move the paper over too much, but I think it looks nice, and I really wanted them to look that way. And for the flowers, I gave all the flowers the same color. I did not want to have them in like different colors on this drawing, so I made them all pink. So for that, I went in with a lighter pink, and then for the centers of it, I put over a darker pink, and I think that gave him just a little extra something. It looks really nice, and I'm really happy with how that looks. And for the leaves speak for themselves really. So for my channel, because I have 1 year on YouTube now, I have a few hopes and things that I want to do for the next year, for the coming year. And one of those things is do a live stream with my art. So draw live. And I've never done that before. I was kind of thinking maybe to start in this month, but I didn't end up doing it. So I really want to do that next year. Have live streams, perhaps on a regular basis, and show you guys what we can do and interact with you guys on the live stream itself. And I think that will be an amazing way to connect with everyone, with like the audience, and to show you guys and maybe even have you let some input in my drawings. And I think that will be a lot of fun to do, and there might be things that I just have to draw, and there might be things that we can kind of decide together. So that is one of the things that I want to do. Of course, I'm hoping that my channel will grow like any YouTuber out there. That is one of my hopes, that my channel will grow and that I get to meet a lot of new amazing people, and that'll be absolutely amazing. And what I also want to achieve, and I've been trying to do that in my last few drawings, is to put in more detail in my work. And as you can see when you look back, the older drawings, while they're getting better and better, there's not as much detail in there as I want. And for this drawing, I really wanted to go out and make sure that it had the detail. And with detail, I mean flowers, accessories, that the clothes look nice, that I don't have plain clothes, but that they actually look nice. And that is one of the things when I look at the people that I'm following, that I think I can definitely improve. I need to work on the clothing of my character. I want to give them nice fancy clothes, or just a shirt that looks really good and not plain and boring. So I want to add in the creases and more detail in them. And that is something that I think I struggle with. So that is something I need to work on, absolutely. And the best way to overcome it is to work on the things you struggle with. So I think those points are a few major points for me, and I think that will improve my artwork a lot. I think if I can do that for the next year, aside from improving my art in general, so who knows, by next year my art might look even different, hopefully in a better way. But sure, like, that is what I'm hoping, and that is my hope for this channel as well, that I'm growing, that I can share my artwork with you guys still, and that you guys enjoy it, and that I'm really happy with my artwork as well. For this drawing, I'm really happy with it because of the amount of detail that I put in there. But I know of so many other ones that I've looked at them and I'm like, you know, the clothes are so plain, they're so boring, there's nothing going on in them, and it really bugs me sometimes. So I know I need to work on that. So for the dress on the actual drawing, as you can see, I again stuck with the original colors. So I gave her a gray dress when I started last year, so I want to make sure she had a gray dress now again. I did put in some more shading. I did put some shading in the original drawing as well, but it wasn't as nice. And even though I can see my flaws in the shading here as well, it looks better. Definitely looks better than the first marker drawing. So overall, I'm really happy with that as well. For the branches, I put branches on like the corners, on the edges as well of the lines, and I think it's just because it gives it a little extra something. I really like how it looks. It frames the picture, and that's what I was going for here, for a nice frame around the fairy. And I just used 2 shades of brown to fill that in and to complete that. So that is really all I did with that. And on the original drawing, it had 2 red bands, one on the top of her dress and one in the center of her dress. Now for this, because I picked the flowers and I picked the colors already for the flowers, I think this is the only color that I changed, kind of. So for instead of red, I picked a dark kind of purple color. And I think that really helped the drawing. It matches with the flowers. It still has the pinkish shade in there. And it doesn't look as off as actual red would do. I don't think red would look right in this drawing. So I made the executive decision to change that color to dark purple. So for the wings, I wanted to stay in the same range, but I went in with a slightly different color. So I think they're like brownish on the original drawing, and you'll see in the end as well exactly what the differences are. I'll show you guys what they are. And here I put a lighter color in them. I didn't think that having such a dark color would look quite right. I think it would have been nicer with a lighter color, so that's why I made that decision. Now this is the lightest yellow that I have, and I went over it with a light yellow green that I've used. And that one was for the shadows, so that was just for the shadow areas. And that's pretty much all I did. And I did do the magic ball that she has, so it was kind of like a diamond in the original drawing, but in this one it's like more like a ball. I think it's more flowy. I wanted to use the same kind of colors again as well. That could use some work. I need to work on my magical objects, I think. So that might be a point for next year as well. Work on magical objects and make them look nicer. So that's what I've done. I went over it with color pencil as well, just to give it just a little extra detail there. And also on the wings to give it like some of the veins in there. And I think it looked quite nice. So this is my drawing, guys. This is the comparison from my first drawing to what I've drawn now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you. Bye bye.